All right, good morning, everybody. Don Fregulia, Operations Section Chief for California Team 5. Today is August 26, 2023. So in the last 24 hours, we continue to make progress all across the complex, and I'll walk you through it now. Starting as we do down here on the south end on the Elliott Fire. This piece down in Dillon Creek still holding every day. We go out there and we fly this with a drone aircraft with infrared capability, as well as a fixed wing platform that comes in over the top and takes a look. And we're looking good in Dillon Creek still. So no fire progression to the south. Down here on the Elliott Fire again on the northeast end of it, structures in Coon Creek. The fire did push our hand in there last night, and we had to bring fire all the way around the private property in Coon Creek. No structure loss in there last night. Some good firefighting occurred, and that structure is now secured from any fire in the future. So good stroke there last night. Up into the Swillop Fire yesterday. All of these fires on the south end were very active yesterday. We had the lid come off a little bit, and these fires moved around pretty good. They did contest us here along the 96. We held the 96 yesterday, as well as the Klamath River. The Swillop Fire did have about a 6.5 acre slop over come off of it in between shift change last night. Between days and nights, and we did pick it up. So night shift came in and did us some good work in there. The U-Fish Fire was active also yesterday into Titus Creek, and it did start moving towards the Malone Fire fairly, not rapidly, but it has moved out towards Malone. And we're continuing to polish here where we have containment lines that are just a little bit farther away from the fire than we like them. But given the terrain and given the snags in there, this is old burn scar from the Happy Camp Complex, the last Happy Camp Complex in 2014. And so we're being challenged in here by the terrain and by the fuels and by the snags. It's just not a very safe place. Malone Fire was quiet last night. The structures in Elk Creek continue to be the priority to protect down there, and we're continuing direct line construction on the north end there. Moving over to the Head Fire, it's been the big story here since we got here on day one, and this fire is starting to look really good. There's a lot of solid work going in by a lot of firefighters out there, and we're expecting that Head Fire to stay right where it's at. We did get shaky containment and line construction in here on the north and on the east sides of that. So we're going to continue to really reinforce that in the coming days. We're using aircraft. We're using Type 1 helicopters that are dipping out of the Klamath River. We're going to hope to keep that right there. Same on the north end here. Very challenging terrain in here. A lot of drainages that have to be cut out. It's not the safest place for firefighters to be. We mitigate that by having easier ways to get them extracted should somebody get hurt. But we're being challenged here, and so very steep, very rugged terrain. But we'll continue to do that good work. And like I said, I do expect this perimeter to stay right like that. Den Fire, nothing to report there. We're continuing to mop up, hold, and patrol. Some days of work still in there. Townsend Fire is looking good. We're down to a Type 4 IC out there. That's an IC based on complexity. So Type 1 incident gets a Type 1 IC. Here we're at Type 4, and there's only 5 of them in the book. So we're looking good here on the Townsend. Scott Fire was active yesterday. So this Scott Fire, if you remember from yesterday or the day before, this was 2 fires. Now we're calling it the Scott Fire. They have burned together. We got a good infrared map from that this morning, and we're almost to the Scott Bar Road. So this little belly here that you're seeing on the map actually filled in last night with natural fire, and it's coming down to Scott Bar Road, and we're going to hold it right there. The Lake Fire continues to be the wilderness fire. We're doing good out there. We did finally last night. We got handline all the way around that fire. And so we looking good on the Lake Fire. We'll continue to staff it in the coming days. With that, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks.